Audio Jungle.
I'm going to say something a little bit controversial, so stick with me, right? You're going to think I'm a bit bonkers now when I put this up, right? We live in a world designed by men for men. What do I mean by that? Did you know that most offices are set to a temperature based on the metabolic rate of men, not women? Shelves are set to male height norms. Until 2011, crash test dummies were based on a male body. It took them until 2011 to figure out why women were more likely to die in a car crash. The World Economic Forum set off a robot, and it read 3.5 million books to see how we describe men and women differently. Beautiful, sexy, and gorgeous were used most often to describe women, while men were most frequently called brave, rational, and righteous. The robot reader analysed 11 billion words in books dating back to 1900 and discovered gender bias in both fiction and non-fiction texts. The brave fireman, the beautiful nurse. Now imagine if we codify that bias into AI, into artificial intelligence. You see, algorithms work by identifying patterns in data. And if these patterns are based on biased language, the results they produce will be biased too. This could affect who gets hired if computers are used to sort out job applications. And this is happening right now. Computers are being used by recruitment agencies and by employers. So what if the computer says no to you because you're a woman? Because the computer thinks, sure, women don't do STEM, and therefore you don't get the interview. Imagine how frightening that is, if that's the world that we're going to have. This gender data gap must be closed so that AI serves everyone equally. How do we do that? We have to put diverse teams at the core of technology development. Diversity matters. All ideas matter. All perspectives matter. As a society, we've got to understand that it's okay to be a red balloon. I'm a red balloon. I'm actually an accountant. I don't look like an accountant, but nevertheless, I am one. Diversity means I am here. Diversity means that I don't need to be a stereotype. Diversity means I can be me. So we need you, girls. We need you more than ever before to participate in the technologies of tomorrow, to ensure that we guard against bias. You've heard from a range of speakers here today, really inspiring people. There's so much opportunity out there, and you're going to meet exhibitors next door who will show you what it's like to work in STEM. But for some reason, you're still not convinced. So what is holding you back? Last year, we asked the girls sitting in this audience, your peer group, about this. And this is the question we put to them. Only 1 in 4 people working in STEM in Ireland are women. Why do you think that is? And here's just a sample of the answers. Women think they aren't smart enough to pursue a career in STEM because STEM is marketed towards men and sexism exists. We don't have the confidence to do it, and we think men could be better at it. And that broke my heart. It broke my heart because I once felt like that too. But the difference is that was 25 years ago. I cannot believe that 15-year-olds today think like this. And I feel, as a society, we have left you down. And no wonder. The biases are all around us. Sometimes we don't even see them anymore. You walk into a toy shop and it's rows of pink dolls or blue cars. What does that tell you? The biases have existed since the minute we were born, the minute we were dressed in pink, not blue. So we need to talk about this confidence gap, and we need to talk about the I can, not the I can't. So I'm going to give you some advice, and this is something that's taken me through probably the last 10 years. And if you're feeling a moment of doubt, if you think I'd like to do STEM, but I'm not sure I'd be good at it, I'm not sure I'd fit in, ask yourself this question. What would you do if you weren't afraid? It's a great question, because the answer requires you to really look within yourself. What would you do if you weren't afraid? Sometimes in life, you've just got to be brave and take a leap of faith. The Indian poet Rupi Kaur was asked this question: what's the greatest lesson a woman should learn? And she beautifully answered that since day one, she's already had everything that she needs within herself. It's the world that convinced her she did not. So I want you today to make a promise to you. Don't live down to expectation. Don't be a stereotype. Go out there and do something remarkable. How dare anyone let you feel that you can't? Because you can. One of my favorite flowers is the sunflower, because despite knowing that it's not going to live for very long, it chooses to live its brightest life. I want all girls to live your brightest life. I Wish is about 3 things: choices, chances, and changes. There are choices, a world of them in fact. There are chances and opportunities if you choose to take them. And your opportunity is to be the change agent of tomorrow. I'm often asked, what does diversity mean to me? And I use this image to explain it every single year. And the reason I do that is because it reminds me of my own 8-year-old daughter. And there she is, dressed in her pink and her purple, as she's perfectly entitled to do, with a superhero cape, standing on the edge of a building, looking out at the world, believing she can be anything she wants to be. And I want all girls to think like that. I want all girls to have a choice. I want all girls to believe. If not you, then who? If not now, when? Thank you.